Before I embarked on this lifelong journey of inner work, I felt almost stuck. Stuck in my past identities, stuck in my past experiences, and almost a prisoner to everything I had said or done or been before. I felt like I just couldn't move on or grow or evolve or become the best version of myself. And maybe that's how you're feeling right now. You just want to break free from the shackles of your past self, but you just don't know where to start. This video will be like the Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide of reinventing yourself and really just up-leveling your entire life by detaching from your former self and stepping into the newest or the best version of yourself, or as I like to call it in my program, You 2.0. The type of content that I do is not like your average run-of-the-mill YouTube top 10 list or like your very generic go change your outfit or change your hair. If you're looking for that type of content, that's not what this is. I go very in depth on my content, and in the same way that I would coach my clients is the same way that I give you guys advice. So it's going to be very in depth, very much so inner work, and you're going to have to transform from the inside out. This is not throw lipstick on a pig type of content. So if you like that type of content, then you'll love this. So when you think of your identity now, what comes to mind? Probably your upbringing, your race, maybe your nationality, or your place within your family or your community at large. Or maybe you even think about your habits and your daily actions. Maybe you play video games every day, so you call yourself a gamer. Maybe you smoke every day, so you call yourself a stoner. And maybe you party every weekend, so you call yourself a hot girl. So write down all of these identities that you've labeled yourself with, and circle the ones that you like to keep, and just cross out all of the ones that you feel like aren't fully serving you and that you'd prefer to let go. Now you can write down all of the new identities that you'd like to adopt. One of them that I used to have, but once I got out of the military, I kind of let slide, was a runner. We used to do a lot of running when I was in the military. Every single Monday was our long distance running days, and we would run like 5 miles, but those days were so fun to me and I loved running. So that's something that I kind of let go once I got out of the military. And recently, when I was doing this reinvention process that I'm telling you guys, I'm like, I really missed being a runner and I want to run again. So that's one of the identities that I readopted into my list of identities. So now I run at least 3 times a week on a regular week, not when I'm like on my flow and I'm feeling off, but on a regular week I run at least 3 times a week. I just ran today. It was lovely. I try to walk or run or just do a hybrid, but I try to do long distance running as much as possible, and it was really easy for me to make this shift into this new identity because instead of saying I want to go running, I say I am a runner. So it kind of automates the shift when you're doing an identity shift as opposed to just saying I want to work out more. It's like, no, I'm a power lifter or I'm a long distance runner, and it really helps your subconscious shift into these identity changes and helps you with this reinvention process because you're not trying to change little habits here and there. You're actually starting with the core identity of yourself. And when you make these core identity shifts, it helps your subconscious, and I talked about this in the last video, but it helps your subconscious kind of take all that heavy duty lifting and kind of relegates it all to your subconscious to make you do those actions, as opposed to you doing all these really hard conscious shifts that you're trying to make. Instead of trying to change certain little things here and there, you're making full identity shifts. So like I said before, write down all the new assumed identities and then cross out all the ones that you feel like aren't really serving you anymore. And then you can accompany these new identities with affirmations to reinforce them. So when I was recently trying to tap more into my masculine energy, I put up some affirmations that said, I take aligned and inspired action. I also said, I am a disciplined and a motivated person. I do all the things I say I'm going to do. And I read that every morning before I woke up and every evening before I went to bed. And those times are the most important and the most crucial because it's when your subconscious is the most receptive to that change in those affirmations. That's why they have those like subliminal playlists and subliminal videos, because that's when right before you're going to sleep and right when you wake up is when you're in that brainwave state to when it's very easy for your subconscious to absorb new information. And that's why I make the rule for me like not to get on my phone right before I go to bed or right after I wake up. Like after I wake up, I have a really strict morning routine. Like I go straight to the bathroom, I do my whole do, and then I come back, I meditate, because that's a really sacred time and you don't want to feed your subconscious with the wrong information during that time. So make sure that you are making that time very sacred for yourself and feeding yourself good things that you want to reinforce into your subconscious mind. During this process of reinventing ourselves, we all have these mental and emotional blocks that we come across, and it's mainly because we don't have that evidence that supports that we are this new person, right? So we only have evidence of our past selves and the things that we've already done, and we don't have evidence of us being this new person that we're trying to be. And this is what keeps us stuck and keeps us in that same cycle of recreating the same outcomes and the same end results, because we're doing the same things, because we're looking to our past for evidence of what we're trying to create. So it's kind of counterintuitive. So we have to learn how to actively detach from those past actions and start taking new actions that are more in alignment with the new identity. So when I'm creating this new self, this new me 2.0, this new identity, a lot of these past thought processes come back up because like I've been thinking these thoughts for years and years, and they're being reinforced. And these thoughts that come up are usually really low vibrational, and they're just low vibe. They're very defeated. They're very just depressing. They're not good thoughts. So I would catch myself in those thoughts saying that I couldn't do something. And even if I wasn't taking action at that time, I would kind of coach myself in a way and tell my brain, like, no, I am capable of doing something, or I am worthy of having this outcome. I am able to make X, Y, and Z happen. And don't look at me like that, because I know you talk to yourself too. I'm not the only one. I'm not crazy. So essentially, I was manually retraining my thoughts. Even when I wasn't taking inspired or aligned action at that time, I was constantly rewiring my brain and retraining my thoughts to just flow in a better and more aligning way. So I constantly and consistently fed my brain more empowering and affirming messages to empower me and fuel me towards these end results. So even if I didn't go for a run that day, the next day I would feel so empowered and motivated and just encouraged to go on the run, because I had just juiced myself up the day prior. And I don't know if this is maybe an introvert thing, or if this is just me as I've grown and I've adopted this level of emotional intelligence, but I've figured out how to be kind of everything for myself, so I can continue to be at a stable and sufficient and just self-sufficient place for me to continue to strive towards my goals. So I'm able to be my own coach, I'm able to be my own therapist, I'm able to be my own cheerleader in many of the areas in my life. And this really helps me so I can stay at that base level, so I'm able to strive for my goals continuously. And to help with this, you can kind of ask yourself, what would I want someone else to be for me? Would I want them to be positive or loving or motivating or encouraging? And be that for yourself to fuel you and provide that motivation and even discipline when you're striving towards these goals and creating these new outcomes for yourself. That brings me to my next point, which is setting a structure. So mindset and manifesting and goal setting can only take you so far. Human beings thrive under structure. We think we like freedom and we just want to be free to do whatever we please, but you have to really be that structure and give yourself that structure and discipline to kind of get you out of that initial inertia and gain that momentum so you can continuously strive towards these new things that you're trying to create. Inertia is essentially the idea that an object will stay at its current level of motion or the absence of motion until an outside force acts upon it. So essentially, if you don't have that pressure or that external or even internal force acting on yourself, you won't make a change. So set a structure or a container for yourself, whether that's a coaching program or a group or a community or an accountability partner, something that can hold you to this new structure and this new identity that you're trying to recreate for yourself. The times that I've made the most lasting change is when I've had someone involved with me in it. So have a gym buddy or get an accountability partner, join a group chat or join a Discord, do something that will help you keep you accountable. Community really is so underrated when we're thinking about trying to make a change. We talk about the whole 5 people that you're around the most is who you're gonna be like, and then our first instinct is to like cut everyone off that we're around, but really you need that community in order to hold you accountable. So even the people who are around you now, like have someone hold you accountable or give you that weekly check-in or daily check-in, just so you have that external form of accountability and community that is propelling you towards this goal. Also, a hack is find more people who are like the person that you're trying to be. So this will normalize that new identity and really cement you into it. Even if you think about your bad habits, you probably have a community of people that you even do those things with. Whether it's on the internet or in your family or at school, you usually have a community of people that you do these certain things with. So reverse engineer that process and really use it to your advantage in this reinvention process. So in this process of reinventing yourself, you really want to have a crystal clear picture of this new version of yourself that you're trying to become. In my mentorship program, I have my clients do this map. I call it the Magical Morning Mindset Map. This map really brings together all these different elements that we were talking about and really gives you crystalline clarity on this person that you want to be. It includes everything I mentioned before. So I include all of the identities that you want to keep. So maybe you're a 4.0 student, and so that's something that you want to keep. You're like really smart and you want to put that on there. And maybe you have really amazing friends. You have a really good support system. So that's a win for you and you want to add that to it. So put all that in there, and then you have all these identities that you want to keep. So then you go into your habits. What does the 2.0 version of you do on a daily basis? So maybe instead of waking up at 8 a.m. every day, you wake up at 7 a.m. and you go to the gym and you meditate and you journal out your top 3 of the day and you eat the frog and you start your day off really productively. Also, what do you not do? And a lot of times this is even more important than what you do. In order to add these positive things to your life, you have to remove those things that are taking up space and taking up mental energy. You can say things like, I don't snooze my alarm, or I don't stay up late at night scrolling social media, or I don't even bring my phone into the bedroom. I leave it in the kitchen, in the drawer, something like that. So there's a lot of things you may need to let go of when you're trying to reinvent yourself and create this new identity and this new outcome for your life. And the hack, like I said before, is to read this mindset map when your brain is most suggestive and it's in that theta state. It seeps into your subconscious. So in a way, when before it may have felt like you felt that resistance when you were trying to take that inspired and aligned action towards these positive outcomes, now it flips it to where you feel that resistance when you aren't doing these things and being in alignment with your 2.0 version of yourself. So if you're eating badly, you'll start to feel that pull or that tug, or when you're not working out, you'll start to feel that pull and that tug. Like for me now, my brain is like, why haven't we worked out this week? Or why are we eating badly? Like, oh, okay, it's that time of the month. Like, I'll let you have it this time, but like next week, let's get back to our routine. So now I have that resistance and that weird uncomfortable feeling when I'm not in alignment with the highest version of myself or the 2.0 version of myself. So it's kind of like a little brain hack and rewiring. So let me know if you guys want me to offer that tool separately, the Magical Morning Mindset Map. I would just have to figure out a way to deliver it to you. So let me know down below in the comments if you would want that. As always, you can email me for more information on my one-on-one mentorship. This program is life-changing, and I help you shift into your creative consciousness, help you eliminate that resistance, and really help you start this reinvention process and start creating that best level, highest level 2.0 version of yourself. Also, check my community tab for more information on the program. I'm playing with the idea of offering maybe a scholarship or gifting the program to a few of my subscribers. And by the way, thank you guys so much for subscribing to me, especially when I'm this small. Like, you guys are the beginning of a movement. So I'm really happy that you guys are here. So I'm thinking of gifting you guys a few slots in my program. So look there for that. I'm really excited for more of you guys to join the program, and I'm really excited because I know how deeply impactful and transformative this work is. Also, I just started an Instagram page and I'm really excited about it. I'm going to be posting there daily. So if you guys want to get more information on my program, keep up with my daily life, join me there. I'll post that information down in the description box and probably the pinned comment as well. So check me out there, and thanks again so much for watching. As always, I love you guys and I'll see you next week. Bye.